pardon me, I was just doing this. Hello there, CriterioNate here, number 349, Noah Baumbach's Kicking and Screaming. 1995, 96 minutes called. I didn't want to like this movie because I'm not crazy about Noah Baumbach's writing, you know, stuff he did with Anderson. I mean, a lot of that was actually Wes Anderson. Like, you know, he co-wrote The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou, and, you know, it's like, falls into that niche, you know. But, you know, the problem is the characters in this movie are really fun, and the story is very similar to other movies I've seen, like, had kind of a dazed and confused feel of it, except they're a lot older and a lot less stoned. And it's just one of those kind of like, where do we go from here kind of stories, which is, you know, is the kind of stuff that I actually really, I kind of fall for, you know. So I like this one. So anyway, characters. Okay, I'm gonna have to pull up the Wikipedia page because I cannot remember most of them. It's one of the sort of an ensemble movie. There's Josh Hamilton, who plays Grover. And Grover is an established author, and it sort of centers around Grover. He's like this established author who's like, I guess, had books published before, you know. I think he had like work published like while he was in college. And he meets this girl. Gosh, I've forgotten his girlfriend's name. Wow, Jane, who you know, works at a coffee shop and ends up, you know, they end up falling for each other, and she ends up going to Prague after graduation to, you know, study overseas, and he never calls her back, and he ends up like contemplating, you know, what do I do? And while she's gone, he ends up, you know, sleeping with a bunch of freshmen, and, you know, trying to forget about her, but she keeps leaving him voicemails, and at the end of the movie, he ends up considering going to Prague, and, you know, but he doesn't have his passport, so, you know, he like finally breaks up, like he sees his friend Otis off, which we'll get to in a minute, and he ends up, like, you know, just going home disappointed, and it's not sure whether or not he tries again, but the fact that he gives this like really passionate speech to the airline attendant, and you know, she tries to find him a seat, but, you know, at first she says they're booked, but then she finds him a seat, and he doesn't have his passport, so yeah. By the way, so the one thing that really confused me, and I didn't get until I saw the interview with Baumbach, is that most of Grover and Jane's story is told through flashback, and I didn't realize what was going on. I thought, you know, when I saw these weird, you know, I saw Jane, like, they had this weird thing where, like, they would show still images in black and white, and then they like fade to sepia, and then they fade to color, and I didn't know what was going on. At first I thought it was a dream sequence. I thought it was like, you know, somebody else, you know, I just thought it was a weird gimmick that he was using, and I thought, oh god, that's really annoying, you know, to highlight this one woman in Grover's life. But no, I didn't realize it was Jane. It was the same character from the beginning of the movie. So yeah, and then I thought, oh, he's imagining this, and, you know, or he's talking to somebody else who looks sort of like Jane, or he imagined, you know, she plays two characters or something. But no, it's Jane. It's just everything they did before they graduated. So yeah, that wasn't too clear to me. So I do want to watch this again, you know, and, you know, catch how they met and all that stuff, you know. Okay, who else is in this movie? Let's see. There's Jane, Otis. Otis is sort of a man-child, I guess. Lives with his parents. Goes to graduation with wearing a pajama top, and he ends up getting a job in a video store, and ends up going away to school or something. Yeah, I missed where he was going at the end of the movie. And then there's Max. Max is a played by Chris Eigman, who you remember from Metropolitan, and he is. I'm not sure if Max is. He's sort of like a pseudo-intellectual who's dating an underage, a 17-year-old. Yeah, he does crosswords all day, and yeah, he just sort of lashes out at the world. Yeah. There's Chet, played by the great Eric Stoltz, who he's a continuing student, for lack of a better term. He's been continuing for quite a while now. He works at a bar, and you know they all kind of like him, but they definitely don't want to be him, you know. And there's Skippy, played by Jason Wiles, who is this sort of long-haired kind of guy, and yeah, his character was a little hard to get into too. And his girlfriend, Miami, played by Parker Posey, who, and her character, you don't get a lot of her character either. Who else? Who else is in here? There's Grover's dad, played by Elliot Gould. He has a scene. I guess Grover's parents are separated, and Grover's dad comes to visit him and talk about how he's moving on and all that, and tries to catch up with how his mother's doing and all that stuff. And yeah, that's basically it. Noah Baumbach played Danny. Okay, I don't remember who Danny is. That's really sad. I mean, mostly because I didn't know I wasn't sure what Baumbach looked like until I saw the supplements. So there's that. But yeah. So anyway, it's just a really kind of like interesting movie where they all, you know, these characters kind of drift in and out of like these, you know, these decisions. They have to make decisions, and it's sort of, you know, like, okay, we've graduated, now what do we do with our lives? You know, some people find jobs, some people just kind of kick around and, you know, try to stay friends and still try to keep the same camaraderie, you know, that they had when they were in college. Some people, you know, stay in college, you know, by way of, you know, relationships and all that. And yeah, it's an interesting little look at life. Again, it wasn't perfect. I feel like there were certain bits that needed to be strengthened, certain characters that needed to be strengthened a little. I think certain characters that didn't get enough screen time or enough dialogue, like Skippy or Miami. But in the end, it was funny too. That doesn't hurt. There were some funny moments. I think one of my favorite moments was, the Cookie Man scene was pretty funny. Grover and Josh, Grover played by Josh Hamilton, who I forgot to mention looks like a cross between Trent Reznor from 9 Inch Nails and David Arquette. There you go. Are avoiding this guy who's selling cookies door to door, and he's really hard to say no to, so they have to do like a duck and cover. They do like a stop, drop, and roll duck and cover thing when they hear the door knock, and it's like, it's Cookie Man, you know. And then they open the door, and it's just Otis, and he drops down with them and says, "Cookie Man." But one of the scenes is Max is with his girlfriend Kate, who's supposed to be 17, and they're together, and they're parking. They're trying to park in front of, I think, a liquor store, and this guy in a truck is trying to take their spot, and Kate comes out and starts, like, you know, threatening the guy with a crowbar, and gosh, I want to look this up. I want to get the quote right. I wonder if it's on. I'm gonna look on IMDb. So yeah, so she is threatening him with a crowbar, and Max is looking at the guy's bumper stickers, and he has a bumper sticker that says, "I'd rather be bow hunting." And let me see if I can look this up, because I really want to read this. I think it's fantastic. Let's see if I can find, maybe there's a quote section. I mean, there's supposed to be there's a lot of quotable dialogue in this movie. It's very quotable. Quotes like, "Cantaloupe, we eat cantaloupe," or I've inherited a tragedy, or is that a pajama top, or oh, I've been to Prague, or you really ought to finish that in the bathroom, or why do you need more friends? No. Here it is. So he sees it, and Kate's threatening, and Max says, this shouldn't be done. This guy would rather be bow hunting. Don't upset him, because he'd already rather be bow hunting, and any additional aggravation. I thought that was pretty funny, so had to quote that for you guys. Anyway, again, I like this one. Thought it was really good. Not perfect, but he got me. You know, maybe Baumbach, and you know, maybe Baumbach's got a good movie in him every once in a while. I know we've got two more of his. We got Francis Ha and The Squid and the Whale. I think those are the only other two movies, unless you also count Fantastic Mr. Fox, which he co-wrote with Wes Anderson. Yeah. So anyway, but for now, Kicking and Screaming, A-. Give it an A-. Again, really good stuff, but missing a little bit. So, but still, I'll pick this one up. I guess it's only on DVD, so no Blu-ray, but that's okay. All right, so supplements. There's a new interview with Baumbach, talking about the movie. Some interviews with Chris Eichmann, Max, Josh Hamilton, Grover, and Carlos Jacot, who played Otis. Some deleted scenes. There's a scene where Grover is arguing more with this freshman girl that he's trying to go to bed with. And I don't remember her name, but the actress looks familiar, and I'm going to look her up too while I've got the IMDb page up. I'm curious now, because I feel like I know her name. Maybe they don't list it here. Ah, well. Maybe Jocelyn? Is that her name? Is that her name? Probably her. Anyway, so yeah, so that's not, no, that is not her. So anyway. Yeah, so yeah, there's that. And there's okay, so what else is there? Oh, there's a short film that Baumbach did called Conrad and Butler Take a Vacation, which is stars Carlos Jacot and John Lair, and they're these two kind of like friends who go on a vacation and just like argue with each other the whole time, and you know, try to find ways to party, but they end up like kind of just getting into all these mishaps, you know. But it's all driven through dialogue, you know. There's not really a lot of physical comedy or anything like that. It's just, you know, the things they say to each other, and you know, it's all about the script. There's also a couple of interviews with cast members done for IFC back in 1995, and the trailer, and that's about it. So, Kicking, Screaming, good stuff, A-. Right, that's it for me today. Thank you for watching, and we will see you all tomorrow. You know what? I just realized we are done. We're halfway. We're technically halfway through, because we did 350 yesterday. We're halfway through the season, and I'm surprised. We've seen some damn good movies this season. Some crappy ones. So we will have a. We will hopefully. We will. It might be a struggle to come up with a worst 14 this season. I mean, right now, I'm looking at my ratings, and I think that I have there's at least 7. I know. Let's see. 1. I mean, you guys know what I've been giving these reviews, so I'm not going to recite which ones are going to be on the list, but 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see. 5, 6, 7. 8. At least 8, 9 maybe, yeah. So, but again, we're halfway through. We still got, you know, 50. Well, technically 50 something more. Although some of them are box sets. Like we've got a couple more box sets coming, such as the Monsters and Mad Men one coming up. I think next week. No, wait. Might not be until the. Let me see. Let me look at my list because I was updating my list here. I think let's see, I think we'll probably get to the Monsters and Mad Men set probably the first week of the new year. That'll be the new year. We'll get to the Monsters and Mad Men. And then right after that we have the Paul Robeson set, Portraits of an Artist. And then there's another one, the 3 films by, oh gosh, I forget his name. It's a Japanese director, I think. So we've got 3 more, so technically we have, I guess, about 50 still, but, 47 DVDs, I guess. So yeah, so anyway, that's it for me. Thank you for watching. Morals, we need morals. Don't be afraid of the cookie man, I guess. Let's see, call your girlfriend back if she's in Prague. And don't be Chet. So that's it for me. Thank you for watching, and we will see you all tomorrow. And don't attack guys who rather be bow hunting. We'll see you all tomorrow for the Spirit of the Beehive. And until then, goodbye.